What's up, family? It's your girl DanitaFaith, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you've been rocking with me, what's up? It is so good to see you. Before we get started, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel, and click that bell notification one good time so that way you know when I post new content. Also, follow me on my socials so we can interact there as well. Now, let's get into this reaction video. This is season 3 of the show. If you don't know, Temptation Island, in case you're new here, is basically when couples come onto the island to see if they can be tempted by good-looking singles who are there. And then in the end, you decide whether you want to stay together, leave as singles, or leave with one of the singles. So we have our 4 couples who are coming onto the show. And yes, I have notes. Do not judge me. It's a lot of names. So we have Thomas, who's a bit flirty. Chelsea, she has trust issues due to that. Then we have Julian, who has cheated in the past. So therefore, Kristen has trust issues because of that. We have Corey, who is kind of like our shy guy, our introvert. And Aaron, who is our wildflower, ex-pro athlete, extrovert. And then we have Kendall, who is a perfectionist, wants everything tip-top shape. And Erica, who is a giver. And then we have Mark Wahlberg, who is our lovely, lovely host. And all the couples have pretty much been together 2-3 years, I believe, except for Kristen and Julian. Kristen and Julian have been together for 11 years, high school sweethearts. So they're like our longevity couple. So in episode 1, pretty much they come to the island and they let Mark know why they are there. And all the little things that I said about each person is kind of why they're there. So Julian and Kristen, Thomas and Chelsea, trust issues. With Corey and Aaron, opposites attract. Is that a true statement? Can opposites really succeed in a relationship? And with Kendall and Erica is, if we're not on the same page in our relationship, then why are we together? They all also tell Mark they don't have any rules. And with the rules is when you decide what your significant other can and cannot do on the island. So yes, go be single, enjoy this time, use it as a learning experience, or no, I don't want you kissing, touching, hugging nobody. And pretty much everybody has no rules with the exception of, I want to say, Chelsea and Thomas. I think they do have a couple of rules in there, but everybody else is pretty much like free for all. Enjoy the island, babe. I don't know. I think I would probably go in there without rules also, because I want you to act how you would if I was not here. So that way I know what I'm getting. Like if I go in there and say, don't kiss, don't touch, don't do this, don't do that, and then you don't, and then once we get back home, if we're still together, I'm gonna be like, well dang, was there a girl you didn't want to kiss? Was there a girl you like? It's those what ifs that will start eating me alive. So I would be like, no babe, go and do you. I'm not here, and I'm gonna do the same. And in the end, hopefully we're still together if we're meant to be together. And then also on the first episode, we meet the singles. So the singles walk out in front of the couples and they kind of introduce themselves. A few of the singles already stood out. We have, I think her name is Alexis, and she's already looking at Kendall and wanting him. So I feel like it's going to be some problems there. And then we have Dr. Blake, who kind of has his eyes on Chelsea. And then we also have Mr. Shaquille, who does the Terry Crews and takes his shirt off and pops his muscles. So we already have a couple of singles who are trying to spice things up. But I feel like more and more of them are going to make a splash as the season goes on. Then we find out that the couples are going to be in different villas. They're going to be living with the singles. I feel like that's going to be a fun time. A lot of drama can happen. You have different personalities living under the same roof, as well as the couples trying to figure out, do I really love my significant other enough to not cheat? Or like, are we really not that compatible? Like, yes, there's nobody here who I really want, but I'm also realizing that like, I might not want this person I came to the island with either. I'm gonna just leave with just me. The show is good. If you don't watch Temptation Island, watch it. But if you don't, I'm here to recap for you. So you're gonna know about the show either way. Then we move on over to episode 2. In episode 2, we pretty much have Everybody kind of just getting to know each other, essentially, and everybody's like talking, like not necessarily one-on-one, but within little groups. And we start to see Chelsea and Dr. Blake start to develop something. We see Griffin and Aaron. Griffin is also a ex-pro soccer player, I believe, so they have that athleticism in common. So we see him and Aaron start to connect. We see Erica and Lex starting to talk as well. Then we move over to the guys' villa. We see Kendall and Alexis. They're pretty much chatting it up. Poor Corey is just in his head. Corey is just like, I don't really know why I'm here. Like, I don't want to be here, essentially. Like, and Thomas is trying to prove to everybody that he's not a flirt while flirting with everybody. Then we have the dating ceremony, I'm gonna call it. So basically, they have the couple sit, girls on this side, guys on that side, and they pick their dates in front of their significant other. And normally it's the person that they're kind of connecting with at the time. So we will see, like, Aaron will see who Corey picks, and Corey will see who Aaron picks. So when the guys walk in, the couple guys, the couple girls are already sitting down, and all the guys come in. You see Julian like, hey babe, to Kristen. Thomas is like waving and smiling to Chelsea. Corey is also waving to Aaron, but Mr. Kendall does not even look Erica's way at all. Like, doesn't even peep her direction. And she's even at the point where she's like leaned over like, hey babe, and he is still not even checking for her. And I think it's because he's already starting to make a connection with Miss Alexis, and he feels guilty already. Like, I feel like he already knows that he came to this island with the mindset to cheat, and he knows Erica is a good girl and that he's doing wrong by her in this situation, but he gonna do him. And I mean, y'all came to the show, so if you're gonna cheat, I guess do it at Temptation Island. So we end up seeing everybody pick their couple. So we have Julian, who picks this girl named Amanda. We have Corey, who picks Nicole. Thomas picks Lauren, and then of course Kendall picks Alexis, which Erica can already peep that there's some chemistry or something happening there, because when Kendall goes over there to even get Alexis, he doesn't even have to say her name. She just walks off of the little podium she's standing on and grabs his hand, and they walk over. So she's already realizing, like, wow, he's already developing connections with people on the island, and we literally just got here. So now it's time for me to do the same. Like, I need to like get out of my own way and get to know these guys, and I hope she does that. And then, so for the girls, we have Kristen, who picks Jesse. Chelsea, of course, picks Dr. Blake. Erica goes with Lex, and Aaron chooses Griffin. When Aaron chooses Griffin, you can see Corey's world shatters, because he knows that, like, that's her type. Pro athlete, you know, extrovert, life of the party, down for a good time. Like, that's her type. And that ain't Corey. You know, so he already knows, like, I've lost her. Like, she's not gonna choose me at the end because she's already with Griffin. But I'm like, Corey, bro, chill out, relax. It's only day 2. Like, we don't know yet. Just because they got soccer in common, they might have a lot of things that are not in common. So just hold on, and then, sir, you might find somebody else. So, like, don't give up just yet. Just woosah, woosah. Then we see everybody go back to their villas, and this is when the night gets kind of fun. So the girls figure out that they gotta like get out their own heads and let off some steam. So they're like passing out shots and they're dancing. I think Chelsea is twerking. Like, they're just having a great time. And you also see Aaron and Shaquille kind of getting to know each other while they're playing beer pong. So I feel like if Griffin doesn't work out, she might have something with Shaquille. We see Dr. Blake and Chelsea once again connecting. Erica and Lex connecting. So the girls are definitely trying to get out there and get to know these guys. At the guys' villa, the ladies decided they're going to do angels versus devils. So they come out in cute lingerie with their wings and whatnot. The guys have their shirts off, and they want to make Corey feel good. They know Corey's in his head, so they like put a crown on his head, and he starts doing body shots off of people, starts dancing in the middle of the thing. Julian is like sitting down, a girl comes over to give him a lap dance, but he's like, whoa, and falls back. My man Julian. I'm gonna see if he stay faithful to Kristen, because he was like, nah, I can't touch you. I can't touch you. I can't do it. And then they start playing truth or dare, and it starts off kind of like very timid, like, you know, do you really love your significant other? What would you do if they choose somebody else? You know, basic questions like that. And then they ask one girl to kiss somebody else, and she ends up, I think, making out with somebody. Like, two of the girls end up kissing, and the guy's like, ooh. And then somebody dares Kendall to give a girl a lap dance. He chooses Alexis, who's already sitting on his lap, mind you. He chooses Alexis, and he thinks he is Magic Mike, you guys. Like, he thinks he's Magic Mike. The way his hips are rotating in this seat, and Alexis is loving it. She loved it, and like, he ain't do bad. Now, he ain't do bad. And then they're like, all right, Alexis, you gotta do it back. She could have done a little bit better. But she tried. She did what she could. And then Kendall, of course, giving her those, you know, them looks, them eyes. I'm like, Lord, they're hooking up. Before the season is over, mark my words, they're hooking up. And I just feel so bad for Erica. I feel so bad. Then we move on over to their dates, and the guys are on a boat. They go snorkeling. They're in the ocean, having a great time there. The girls go ziplining. Fun. I feel like the girls' date was better, because, like, I would rather go ziplining than hang out in the ocean. But, like, I can't swim, so that's why I would choose ziplining over being out in the ocean. While they're on their dates, though, Erica does break down with Lex, basically realizing that, like, she has to love herself more. And I think she's starting to realize her self-worth while she's on this date with Lex. I can't remember what it is Lex asked her. I think it might have been like, you know, what's the issues in the relationship or something like that. And she mentions that she feels like it's a business, not a relationship. So if you already have that mindset, I feel like you should already be one. If you're not one foot out the door, both need to be gone. Because like we're together. Like, I love you, you love me. I should not feel like I'm at work. Like, you're home. You should be my home base, my foundation. And I feel like Kendall is not that guy for her. I feel like he's not. She can do better. In my opinion, Erica can do better. But yeah, so we see them all on the date. They're having a grand time, and then Mark drops the bomb that it is bonfire time. Now with the bonfire, basically each person that's in the couple will see a snippet, and when I mean a snippet of what their significant other is doing while they're not around. And you don't see what happened before, you don't see what happened after. So we don't get A and we don't get Z. We get like L, M, N, O, P. Like, but we don't get the other letters. So you have to like guesstimate what happened next or what happened before, and that's when you start like getting in your head about things. So we're gonna see those clips, and it's ladies first. So the ladies show up, and we actually see the clip for Chelsea and the clip for Erica. We will see Kristen's and Aaron's on the next episode. So we start off with the clip for Chelsea, and it's basically Thomas just telling the girls that he's not a flirt. He talks about how he was at a networking event and how a girl had her camera up, and he was like, you know how the guys do, get in the camera like, hey, what's up, you know, follow me on Snapchat, whatever. And he was doing all of that, and he was just like, Chelsea felt like he was flirting, but really he was just like networking with the girl at a networking event. What he didn't say was that Chelsea was standing right beside him, and he did not acknowledge her presence when talking to this other girl. And that's why she feels like if he does that with her beside him, what does he do when she's not around? And that she also does have trust issues from past relationships that she's still kind of working through. Then we get to Erica's clips. Y'all, USA showed this girl a couple of clips. Everybody else got, well, Chelsea gets one, but they show Erica two. So we start off with seeing Kendall telling the girls that he feels like Erica is too emotional, and that he hopes he finds somebody who's more his level. And then we see him kind of like dancing with Alexis. And it's not the lap dance that I was discussing earlier, but it is like when they're like, she's like grinding on him or something, and then she's like, oh, he's a bad boy. So she sees that. Mark can already see that she's like, the wheels are spinning in her head. So he asked her, like, are you okay? Are you good? How are you feeling? Now, y'all, Erica walked in on such a high. She was like, I'm loving myself. I looked in the mirror and said, I love this girl. And then it was just like that high that she was at after she saw that clip dropped. And she was like, became like a timid little girl. And he was just like, okay, how did you feel about watching that clip? And basically she was just like, I don't know. I just feel like maybe I'm not good enough to be with him. Like sometimes he's too mature. And like, maybe I'm not there yet. And Mark hit her with the, like, too mature? Like, are you watching the same thing I'm watching? Because what? Why? No. And he was like, why do you feel that way? And she's like, I don't know. Like, maybe I just feel like he's here and I'm here, and I don't know why. I don't know why. And he was just, and Mark couldn't grasp why she feels like she's beneath him. And I believe Erica says, I think he's made me feel that way. And if somebody, I don't care who you with, man, woman, other, I don't care. If that person makes you feel like you're less than, leave them. They're not worth it. Dip out. Okay? Because know your worth. Know your worth. You should be with somebody who not only compliments you but respects you. And I don't think Kendall respects her. I also feel like he thinks he's not going to lose her, so he can do whatever he wants. And I hope she leaves him. Even though it's only episode 2. Maybe my mind will change by the last episode. But at this moment, Erica, pack those bags and dip, sis. Get out. You ain't even that cute. Leave. But yes. But the episode ends with Erica crying and Mark telling her that she is worth it. So yeah, so that is episode 1 and 2 in a nutshell. I try to take 2 hours down and condense it and make it a bit shorter. Hopefully you all enjoyed this recap. If you did, please like, comment, share, and again, subscribe to my channel. Okay, please subscribe. I want to get these views up. But yes, like I said, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I see you next time. Have a good one.